Hello friends, after understanding the elements of cost sheet, we are moving toward the next point, that is preparation of cost sheet. Now here in this video, I am going to explain the format of cost sheet. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe eContent VB channel on YouTube so that you can get the latest updates and videos regarding cost and works accounting paper 1. So to understand the cost sheet, here I have prepared the format of cost sheet which is given. So if you look at the screen, as I talked in my last video, elements of cost, here while preparing the cost sheet, it will be prepared in a columnar form. So where columns will be prepared as per the need and requirement of the organization. So here it's a simple format of cost sheet in which three columns are mentioned. One is particular, second amount rupees and amount rupees. So while preparing the cost sheet, first point that you need to take into account is opening stock of raw material. Once you take the opening stock of raw material, it will be given in the problem. We have to add purchases of raw material, then expenses on purchases. Now what are the different types of expenses on purchases? Like octroi, then maybe transportation, excise duty. So these are the expenses which are need to be added to the cost of material, and from that cost of material we have to minus the closing stock of raw material. Once we minus the closing stock of raw material, we will get the raw material consumed. So once we get the raw material consumed, we have to add the direct labor and direct expenses. So once we add the direct labor and direct expenses, then we will get the prime cost. Once we derive the prime cost, we have to add factory overheads like factory rent, factory power, indirect material, indirect wages, supervisor salary, drawing office salary, factory insurance, then all other factory related expenses which are being incurred while manufacturing of any of the product in the production department or that particular factory. So all these expenses will be considered as an factory overheads which are indirect in nature. So once you add all the factory expenses, you will get the factory cost, and in that factory cost we have to add opening stock of work in progress and we have to minus the closing stock of work in progress. Then whatever the cost we will arrive, that cost will be considered as an works cost, or you can say factory cost. Now in the factory cost we have to add office and administration overheads. Now these are the overheads which are required for the smooth functioning of any organization, because without any administrative office, policies cannot be framed, people cannot be recruited, or the entire organization cannot be function effectively. And that is the reason these are all indirect expenses, but these are the expenses which are related to entire administration and management of the organization. Few examples of administration overheads are office rent, asset depreciation, general charges, audit fee, bank charges, counting house salary, other office expenses, and all. So once you add all the administrative expenses into the factory cost, we will get the cost of production. So in that cost of production, we have to add the opening stock of finished goods and we have to minus the closing stock of finished goods. Once we do this process, we will get the cost of goods sold. And in that cost of goods sold, finally we have to add selling and distribution overheads, and in the selling and distribution overhead, all the expenses regarding promotion of any product, or to make this product sellable, or to distribute the product, or to reach that particular product to the final consumer, whatever the expenses that we need to incur, that will be all indirect material, labor and expenses which can be used for selling and distribution of the product or services, that will be added, and we will get the finally cost of sales, that is called as an total cost of a product. And in that total cost of a product, if we do some sort of sales, so from the total cost, if we minus the sales, we will get either profit or loss. So this is just a simple format of cost sheet. So dear friends, even though I have explained this format in the video, I will give a specimen of detailed cost sheet on your Google Classroom so that every one of you will be having a pro forma of cost sheet. And in the upcoming days we are going to solve a numerical questions on cost sheet, and that is the reason you need to be careful and attentive while listening all the videos of cost and works accounting, because this topic is totally depend on whatever we have learned in the previously. Because the definition of cost, cost accounting, cost sheet, elements of cost, classification of cost, all these elements are important while preparing the cost sheet. Once you understood the theoretical part, even though it will be very easy for you to understand the preparation of cost sheet. And I assure you that once you remember all these points, you will be getting the out of marks while preparing the cost sheet. If you have any of the doubt, please comment or give me a suggestion while making improvement in my videos. And if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, share this video with the maximum of your friends, with your colleagues, so that I will be getting motivated to make these some interesting videos. Thank you.